How to avoid analysis and paralysis. This is one of the questions that I got asked in the community. And someone has asked, I always wanted to start a business, but I seem to always be stuck, in conceptualizing things in the planning phase. I want to figure out every little detail and have everything be perfect before I talk to anyone, launch anything, or get the ball rolling in any tangible way. Actually, I'm realizing this applies to everything I do. For sure it will. I spend so much time being bogged down in the details, whether I'm learning skill, researching a product, studying for an exam, etc. Any advice for someone who's constantly dealing with this problem? So, first of all, let's define analysis and paralysis. The simplest definition for it is just you going in loops when it comes to your thoughts. So literally you are thinking and overthinking and going in loops when it comes to the thing that you need to take action on. So it's a type of procrastination. You can think about it of someone is trying to avoid the fear of rejection or the fear of embarrassment or the fear of failure, right? So usually whenever you find someone is actually in an analysis and paralysis, if you are in analysis and paralysis, probably you got some type of fear that's holding you back and giving you the reason to analyze too much because you cannot afford failing or you cannot afford being rejected, right? And this, you can dig down into your past. You can try to discover like, why is this happening? Where did you have your first rejection in your life? Where did you have your first failure in your life? This helps. I'm not saying it doesn't help, it helps, but much more productive than that is first of all to label the behavior and to be able to label the behavior quicker with time. So to break it down, what do I mean with that is that you want to be able to catch yourself in these moments where you are practicing analysis and paralysis, where you are going in loops, and be able to stop yourself and take action on whatever you want to take action on. So awareness is a big part of the equation. Without awareness, it's probably very hard / impossible even to solve anything. So first of all, you want to become aware that you have a problem, and the problem is analysis and paralysis. And you want to be aware it's a problem, and as any other problem, it's solvable. And how you want to solve this one is first, you want to become aware when you are in these situations of overthinking and analysis and paralysis. And second, you want to have an equation, like what if you find yourself thinking a lot about something, what to do then? So one of the things that help a lot, and before I share this one thing that helps a lot, I want to share a quick story with you. Me, myself, back then, as I wanted to start my own business, I literally had that as a goal for one whole year, even like 1.5 years. I've even read a book multiple times before I even started the business, because I was actually such a human being. I was scared. I was fearing the fact that what if I start this business and it doesn't make money? I had this big fear, right? And that's why like I didn't actually take action on it. I had also a couple of other fears back then, because I was starting like company in another country, etc. Like needed like reading about the laws and so on. But usually analysis and paralysis, in 99% of the cases, the reason behind it is some type of fear. You are trying to avoid a bigger fear, and the fear is probably fear of rejection or fear of failure. These are the most two common ones. Maybe it's another fear, but it is gonna be fear behind analysis and paralysis. And let's take this amazing example that we have, which is someone who wants to start a business. Think about it, like what is it actually? There is nothing holding you back from actually achieving the business other than you and yourself and your mind and your fucking stupid mind. So you want to turn that off. You want to turn the mind off that's actually not allowing you to move forward and take action, and turn the muscle on of taking action. Probably in your life, like when you, for example, stand up, you wash your face, you don't think about it. You just wash your face. You just brush your teeth. You don't think about it. Similar to this one, you just want to go through that emotion. You don't want to have feelings. You just want to go through the motions. What do I mean with going through the motions is you want to detach from the outcome. Starting the business officially as a business is different than starting the idea. So let's break that down so you are able to take action on this without the judgment or without actually the fear of getting failure, because you cannot fail just by starting a business and signing a document and filling a form. So instead of starting the business, let's just fill the form. Instead of starting the business, let's actually just get the form after it's filled and go to the bank and ask for a bank account. Now you got an LLC. We didn't start the business, we just started an LLC. Now after you start an LLC, let's go for choosing a niche, right? Is it difficult? Let's forget about the niche. Let's serve yourself and your younger version, right? The younger version of yourself. You're not sure about the idea? Look, man, let me give you this one equation. You probably have heard about it, which is speed is very important. And you gotta be very, very, very fast. You gotta use and leverage speed as an entrepreneur, because otherwise someone else is going to take the idea and take incredible fast execution on it, and you are going to lose literally the competition. So what I want you to understand is the equation, the following equation, which is result is equal to execution times idea. Let's say ideas could be bad idea. A bad idea, let's give it a score of 1. An okay idea is score of 10. Score of 100 is a good idea. Amazing idea is 100, is 1,000. 10,000 is incredible, great, fantastic idea. And then we got the perfect ultimate idea is 1 million, right? These are the scores of the ideas then and the scale of them. Now imagine you having an incredible, fantastic, amazing, perfect idea, and you didn't take execution on it. The result is going to be 0, because 0 multiplied by whatever you are going to put in the equation is going to be 0. So that's why, like, even if you have the perfect idea that you're trying to search for, if you don't take execution, you failed. The moment you take execution, even if the factor is 1, even if the idea is the shittiest idea ever, if you just take execution, take action and execute on it, even if it scores 1, it's the craziest and actually like the most stupid idea that you can think about. Just take it, do it, the most basic idea that you can think about. If you do it 1,000 times, you are beating someone who is having fantastic idea with 0 execution. Remember that, because without execution, no matter how good the idea is, there is no result. Now with that in mind, what I want you to do today is not to go to another loop of thinking and try to now mental masturbate about like the equation, right, that I've just told you about. Like, oh, like so this equation is nice, let's see where did he came up with it, and then you go deep research and like figure out like where is the equation coming from. That's again another trap of again wasting time, another rabbit hole. So analysis and paralysis is a very fancy name of overthinking or procrastination. Second, the main cause of it is fear of rejection or fear of failure. Third, the solution for it is action, as usual, execution. And if you don't execute, someone else is going to execute and beat your ass, and then good luck with your life, right? That's literally my wisdom. I've worked with 155 by now successful clients, and I've seen all of the analysis and paralysis that you might even think about. And even if you sit down and try to write a list of the ways how this weird thing can pop up, I'm gonna surprise you with something that you cannot imagine. I've went through so many excuses that I'm telling you that you gotta choose. It's a choice. You can let this analysis and paralysis control you, or you control it, and it's possible to control it. If you want more tactics on how to control that, I advise you to actually subscribe to the channel and make sure to click on the bell so you get notified when I post a new video, and just drop in the comments, hey, please make a video on tactics on how to take more action, tactics on growing business, or tactics on other things. If you just write that, I'll make sure to answer your questions similar to this question that I've answered, and to go through details one piece by piece and break it down for you so you can actually succeed and move forward to the next level. Here's Jad, and see you in the next one.